see what that says?
What does that say? That's it. That's a text.
No, it's an email.
To who?
Me.
On behalf of Brockport, I am pleased to, after my organizations upon blah, blah, blah. I can't read the rest.
On behalf of the College of Brockport, I'm pleased to offer my congratulations upon the completion of your degree. Your degree has been posted and your transcript has been processed with the following information: Bachelor of Science.
When did you become a science major?
What?
When did you become a science major?
Sports management is a Bachelor of Science.
Oh, well, everybody, let's congrats my boy Pete. It only took 7.5 years, but he finally graduated. It felt like 7.
No,
But he finally graduated college. So let's all congratulate him. Thank God. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the 3rd episode of the No Subs podcast. Today we have another guest, Luke Petrasek from Columbia University. Luke is 6'10", a lot of experience. He after Columbia University, he went overseas, played in Russia and Germany. Before that, he actually played some time in the G League, got to play with guys like Zion. I mean, this is a guy with a ton of experience. I'm sure he has a ton of knowledge. And what's that?
6'10" with the flamethrower.
6'10" with the flamethrower, as Pete would say.
And he's recently verified, first verified guest on the show.
Really? This is our first verified guest. So this is a big deal for us. When did he get verified? That had to have been recently.
Yeah, probably like a week ago. First blue check guest on the show.
So not only is Luke blue checked, but he's coming on the No Subs podcast in just a couple minutes. This is exciting. He's gonna break down, his whole experience. I mean, he's done it all: G League, college basketball, overseas. He's gonna bring a ton of knowledge into this edition of the podcast. He's gonna tell us what it's like going, making that jump overseas, taking that risk, sacrificing, getting away from your family and friends. So it's gonna be interesting to hear what he has to say. For now, we're just gonna talk a little bit of hoops. Not much going on besides the NBA playoffs, obviously. This is pre-recorded, so last night was the Sixers debacle, the 26-point comeback from the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, that was horrible. That was bad to watch. Doc Rivers has to be the most overrated basketball coach of all time. You got anything about that?
He's up there. Yeah, I saw a tweet. Let me pull it up. I saw a tweet last night or this morning. Oh my God, bro! Come on.
Blackout. What happened?
Sensors in here, bro. Hold on. Just maybe glow in the dark shorts. There you go.
There we go.
They said Doc Rivers is a war criminal.
Oh, who's on there? We'll pull it up.
We got T-Mac and Grant Hill.
Yeah.
CP3 and Blake Griffin.
Blew that one.
And then Ben.
And now we have
and Joel Embiid.
Joel, no show in the 4th quarter. Embiid, yeah, they can't finish out games. He's probably going to be done if they lose. Doc will probably be out of Philly. Other coaches that have left. What's that? Doc Rivers.
One more loss away from coaching on Last Chance U.
That's good. Yeah, he's going to get out of there. Other coaches that have made the move. I mean, who Scott Brooks is done, right?
Scott Brooks is
Washington.
Done. Rick Carlisle and the Mavericks, they're done.
That's right. He resigned today.
And our Brockport boy Stan Van Gundy parted ways. It's
been a tough week for coaches, NBA coaches, to say the least. Going to be a lot of moves this offseason. A lot of moves. I mean, they said that Luka is unhappy in Dallas. Porzingis is out of there. Would we accept Porzingis back in New York? No way, right? There's no way he's allowed.
No shot.
Luka, though, that would be special. NBA draft next week. I was looking at some NBA mock drafts. This is the first time that we're not going to have the Knicks in the lottery in the past 8 years. It's weird. I know. We don't have to suffer from them getting like a 6 pick.
I'll take a top 20 pick. That's fine with me.
Yeah. Because
damn well they weren't going to win the lottery anyway.
I want to get Sharif Cooper. That'd be a good pick. He's a sleeper. Another sleeper, Josh Christopher. I feel like he can make some noise.
We need a scorer, bro. We don't have anybody that can score.
Those are 2 guys that can score right there, I feel.
No.
I don't know.
Somebody more efficient than Julius Randle. I don't need 25 shots a game, bro.
No. Thought we were getting Devin Booker, but not after the success this year. I mean, the Suns look unbeatable.
He's a
They look
for life.
unbeatable. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. So we're going to take a little break. Luke will be joining us in a couple minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Today we welcome Luke Petrasek, former college basketball player for Columbia University. He just finished his first year playing in Russia, playing in the Champions League. Before that, he played 2 years in the G League for the Swarm. He was second team All Ivy League, 1,000-point scorer. He's 6'10". He's a Northport grad, my hometown, and he's a guy with a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. And hopefully today we're going to learn a little bit from him and everything that he's gathered throughout his career. So, Luke, what's up, man? Welcome back to the States.
What's up? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's good. With the flamethrower. I forgot.
It's good to have you back, man. Did you miss America? Did you miss the state? You've been gone for a while.
Yeah, I mean, being there, I was in Russia last year from August till about mid-May.
Okay.
And it's just really different out there, but it was definitely great coming back, just seeing everybody again, because nobody could visit me because of COVID.
Yeah,
I was out there by myself the whole time, so it was a breath of fresh air coming home.
I got you. How about like Russia, Germany? Which one would you prefer?
Personally, I preferred Germany. It was a little easier to adjust to the living situation over there. Everybody for the most part spoke at least a little English.
Mm-hmm.
In Russia, it was pretty hard to find someone who you could communicate with. Like, all the names of the stores were in Russian. It was hard to find food. It was definitely an adjustment, more so over there. It was way colder too. Germany was very beautiful.
I'm sure. How's your German? How's your Russian? You pick up anything?
I mean, my Russian is pretty basic. They don't even use the English alphabet, so it was just like a dead mission on that one. So
yeah,
German is straight. I actually kind of tried to learn a little bit.
Okay.
Just being like, some of my best friends on the team were German, so they would always teach me stuff. And just being around everybody for a year, you just pick up on the little things that they say and stuff.
Mm-hmm. During your time over there, was there anything that about their culture that was just eye-opening, that you're just like, not that this is odd or this is just crazy, just something that's so out of the ordinary that you're like, yeah, this would never go down in America?
Well, in Russia particularly, driving over there was pretty insane.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of just did whatever they wanted.
Opposite side of the wheel, right? Opposite side of the car you're driving in?
No, it's actually the same over there.
It's the same? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but I tell everybody this. I'm like, people would really just like just cruise through red lights, or like just make U-turns wherever they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It was like driving bumper cars. Like, people did not care over there.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're crazy over there. From what I've heard, from Americans' perspective, I just heard that Russians and Germans, they're crazy and they know how to have a good time. What was like the nightlife like over there?
In Germany, it was really fun. We had a little more off time over there, because we weren't playing in a European league. So we would have our one game a week, and then we'd have our off day. So I had 2 good friends on the team that were from like that area. So they showed us kind of all the stuff from like their perspective of living in that town, which was nice.
Gotcha.
In Russia, it was more, we had a lot of practice, like just basically 2 every day. So there was like no time or energy to even go out.
Mm-hmm. How do we adjust?
And COVID restrictions were also a thing. So nobody was really doing anything. I didn't get to experience much of it, but from what I did, Russia was pretty nice. It was just like, we had a lot of practice, a lot of games.
I'm sure. And before that, before Russia, before Germany, you were playing over, you had a little time in the summer league, over in the G League, playing with guys like Zion. It was for the Swarm, playing with guys like Zion. What were some takeaways from that experience?
It was a great experience. I mean, the G League was amazing because they treated us well.
Mm-hmm.
You had all the nice facilities, good housing, took you to practice if you needed, all the good trainers. They treated you like NBA players there,
Really?
which is like all you could ask for. The skill development was really good. Some of the guys you meet are like really good dudes that I still keep in touch with. And the basketball level is like, some people sleep on the G League. They have great talent there. Every night people are coming down from the NBA, whether it's like lotto picks or second round guys or 2-ways. Like, you're always playing against really good players. And they treat you well. You're in America. It's the quality of life is really good. So it definitely was a good experience.
I'm sure. I mean, you see guys more and more every year. Like last year we experienced Jalen Green and Kaminga come into the G League, and that just shows the level of competition that the G League is and the type of exposure that you can get. Like you said, people sleep in the G League, but I can see it 3-4 years from now completely taking away from a lot of college basketball. I mean, we saw two of the top five in the ESPN Top 100 go last year, and who knows who's going to go this year. So, like you said, people sleep in the G League, and you can hear from Luke firsthand that I mean, it's a lot of talent going on and a lot of exposure. So
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. These guys are now making this move, and it's only going to encourage more people to do it.
mhm.
Because
Until the NCAA does something about it, the G League is going to continue to grow, and it's going to be the main spot that these top prospects go to.
For sure.
Yeah. Um. So I mean, like I said before, Northport guy. Me and you from the same town. I grew up. I was in 8th grade when you were a junior or senior, I believe. I don't think we would have had 1 year to play together, right? I think
I believe so.
Yeah, so you were a senior when I was a freshman. I remember going to the games ever since you were a freshman. I mean, you had that place packed out. Northport High School, that Northport Gymnasium was filled, and the people were going crazy. I mean, every single game was like it was like a show. You would think that Zion was playing. Do you miss your hometown? Do you miss playing in front of that Northport crowd? Was it like when you went to college? Did you ever experience anything else like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Like the way that Northport supported us that year was
Mhm.
like absurd, and we all appreciated it. Like everybody really showed us love, and it was like the most fun year I've ever had playing basketball.
Mhm.
Like we really thank the people for like doing that because it made the atmosphere so great there,
Yeah.
and we really, honestly, if I could speak for everybody on our team, we didn't even like think about anything. We were kind of just friends having fun playing basketball, and it turned out to be like one of the most successful seasons we've had.
That's
So
what it looked
that was
like.
the cool part, that we were all just best friends and we were just hooping together, and it
Yeah.
turned out to be such a good year.
It really was special. It was special to watch. Coach Deloya, he brought you guys together. You still keep in touch with everybody?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously as time goes on, certain people it's hard to keep in touch with, but like for the most part, me, Matt, Austin, Mike, like those guys were all still pretty good friends. Me and Deloya are still really close. I see him very often. So it definitely created a huge relationship and like a culture around Northport.
Mm-hmm.
So what people don't really talk about is you guys were terrible the year before. That's what Matt tells me all the time. You guys were not good your junior year. What changed? Because let's look at the resume right now. Your senior year, first team All Long Island, first team Class AA, New York State, Suffolk County Player of the Year, averages almost 20 and 12 with 5 blocks, won a Long Island championship, and put you guys in the state Final Four. What changed?
Um, I mean, I can agree with you. I was pretty bad my junior year.
So
Uh,
that
Matt,
summer was
Matt helped me a lot. Matt really pushed me to like be better and be tougher and just like become the player that I am. We would play a lot of one-on-one, and he really just pushed me like past my limits, which ended up helping me become who I am. And him and Deloya, they gave me a lot of confidence, and our team just hit the perfect peak of, we all, because I think we had 7 or 8 seniors that year, so we all just like hit our peak at that year. So we had me, Matt, Mike, TK, O'Hara, Andrew, so like everybody was playing their role, everybody was having a good time, and we all were at the top of our game that year, so it just worked out perfectly for us.
So that summer, chose Columbia. What was that recruiting process like as a senior? Skinny 6'10" kid from Long Island, no real looks. What was that recruiting process like, and what made you choose Columbia?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say to like anybody, I really didn't have any offers until like the spring of my senior year, which
Mhm.
is crazy to think about now, but it's like just stay patient, because I had a lot of D3 interest, a couple D1s that I was looking at too, but I think in like May, or no, March maybe, Columbia came along and they came to practice. They had like the all white, light blue suits on. I was like, dang, they look dope in that outfit. Um, and Deloya was like, yeah, this is an Ivy League school. How big this opportunity would be. I really didn't understand at the time, but once they broke it down for me, I was like, all right, I got to go there. So they came to practice, and essentially like a week later, I was like, I'm going.
Before we move on to the segments, I want to continue. Like, you know, like you said, you didn't get many looks, and for a lot of people that are going into their senior year, even going into the summer after their senior year, you know, it's an adjustment. And where I want to move on from that is, you know, you going overseas, you taking that risk, you going to places like Germany and Russia, away from your family, away from your friends. I mean, that's a big risk. That's a big, you know, a lot of guys that are coming out of these D3, D2 schools that are getting looks to play, you know, professional basketball overseas. It's a huge risk. And what do you have to say to those people that are thinking about taking that opportunity to go to a place like Russia or Germany? Because I'm sure that there were some times that you had doubts. I'm sure that there was some struggles. You know, obviously it worked out for you. You know, we've been seeing you play, and I mean, it's been awesome. But there obviously is some things that go along with it. What do you have to say to those people?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, if you really think that basketball is your passion, just
Mhm.
go for it, because sure, you can come out of a certain school and get a low level offer, but you take that, you bet on yourself, you have a great year, you move up, you do that again 2, 3 times. Now you're playing in Euro League, and people are talking about your story. Oh, how did he do it? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He just was confident in himself. He took an opportunity, because you really just need an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Come out of school. It may not be the best. Sometimes you got to take a lower level and just prove to people that you deserve to be at a higher level.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we
So,
flash back to like junior year, like your junior year of high school.
mhm.
Probably not a lot of people probably would have thought that you would have been playing in Germany and Russia, let alone, you know, playing against. I'm playing alongside Zion for that summer. I mean, hard work plus getting that opportunity, you've been able to succeed, and it's a pleasure to watch, honestly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely just dedication. Like when people ask me like what the biggest thing is, I really say just staying consistent
Mm-hmm.
with being a professional. So always being on time, always getting your work in,
Mm-hmm.
even when you don't want to. Just get some shots up, get a stretch, get a lift in, and like just take care of yourself, take care of your body, and the rest will come. Just working hard and staying consistent is, honestly, it sounds cliche, but it's really the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So your career at Columbia kind of a little bit mirrors what it was like at Northport. First 2 years weren't really crazy numbers, and then senior year, your second team All Ivy, 1,000-point scorer. Was that kind of the same pathway that it was like in Northport, or how did your development at Columbia help you for like your pro game?
Yeah, well, you know how it is. Like you go into a school freshman year, don't really know what to expect, had a lot of
Mhm.
seniors. So, I mean, I definitely agree with you that it did take the same path. We had a lot of really good guys when I was there. So, our team, I was more trying to fill a role until my senior year, when I needed to take on a bigger role for the team. So we had some guys above me in class that were really good first team All Ivy guys, and it was great playing with them. They taught me a lot, but I was playing my role until it was my time to take the next step. Because I think junior year we won the CIT,
Mhm.
and it was great. Like everybody contributed. We were just playing together. Nobody was thinking about anything. Just everybody doing their thing. And then senior year, I knew that it was time to take that bigger role, and made the most of the opportunity for sure.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
I was just gonna ask about so you could talk about a little bit like playing your role and having to be the guy like your senior year. What's it like? Do those high major games, like I saw you play Michigan State and like Kentucky and UConn, like do those high major games help you like recognize where you're at and where you have to get better at?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. When you're like a mid-major, uh, you you always look forward to those games.
Yeah.
It's like the arena, something you've never seen before. The crowd, something you've never seen before. The players on the other team, you just know from TV. So it's always like a cool experience. And then when you play those games, and I think we played Kentucky and Michigan State really close.
You
We
did.
So that's when we come back to the drawing board. Like, all right,
Or
there's
right.
really not that much of a difference between us and them. It's just opportunity, a little athleticism, skill, but it's a lot closer than you think.
Mm-hmm.
All
Would
right, so
you
we're
have?
gonna move on to some segments we got lined up.
Yeah.
Pete, you want to go ahead and name off a couple?
Yeah, so we ask everybody that comes on here, top 5 guys you've ever played with or played against, and I'm sure your list is pretty hefty with the places that you've been. So off the top of your head, what do you got? Top 5 guys?
Top 5 based on what, teammates or skill?
Just whoever you've played against or played with, doesn't matter.
Most talented, most.
Oh, most talented. I mean, let's see. I played against Kemba when I was in Charlotte for training camp.
That's
Obviously, it's Kemba, so there's not much I need to say. Let's see, who else? I guess Mauro Lowe from Colombia. He just won his 3rd championship in Germany with Alba Berlin.
Wow.
And he was my teammate for 3 years at Columbia. He's the man and super talented.
We're going to run some of his highlights while we're talking about and continue.
All right, for sure. I say that he could go back to the league or go to the league, but he's living good in Germany, so he's going to stay there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, being in the G League, I played against a lot of like guys that came down from the NBA, like Malik Monk, Devontae Graham. We played with. They're both extremely talented, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Scala Bissiere. Christian Wood, he killed us a couple times. He's a player. Yeah, I mean, not to sound like that, but a lot of the talent that came down from the NBA, it's like, that's got to be my top 5, right?
Yeah.
I would say that's a pretty good list.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously Zion too, but that's
of course, that's a given. Yeah. Moving on. Most memorable moment, whether in high school or in college or playing overseas. What was the most memorable moment for you? Could be a championship, could be an exact play, becoming a 1,000-point scorer.
I'd say most memorable would probably be winning the CIT in college.
Okay.
Because even though it wasn't NCAA or NIT, postseason tournament only like 4 teams get to win one, get to end on a victory every year. So it was really big time. We celebrated, had a good time. It was just the whole school was excited about it, and it just felt good to win a championship 3 years after that Northport one. It's always a good feeling to win a championship. So it felt really good.
Kind of bouncing off of that real quick. What was that first moment for you after high school, or like it could be at Columbia or in the G League or whatever? What was that first moment where you like, I made it, like I'm like living my dream?
Let's see. I think I would say when you really get to play pro for the first time, and you realize that your whole job is to just go to the gym, work out, lift, get some recovery, and come home and just play video games the rest of the day. Like, you're really going and doing like, let's get a lift in, go to practice, hit the ice bath, get some recovery, and then you're just chilling. Like, I get paid to do this. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
It's another thing, like living the dream. I mean, all you've really done for the past 4 or 5 years is basketball 24/7, waking up early. I know that you probably have like a lot of other interests after, speaking to you, for the past couple, for the time that we've known each other. I know that you got a lot of other interests. If you weren't playing basketball, what else would you be doing?
That's a tough question because my whole life has just been basketball. So I know people are going to say this sounds crazy, but I honestly haven't even thought of like a backup plan because I'm just like, I'm all in on this thing until I can't be anymore, But I would say maybe like some type of graphic design. I did it in college, something I'm passionate about. I don't know how good I would be at it because, this basketball is all I've been doing, but I don't know. It's tough, man. I always say as a joke, I'd probably just call up an alumni from Columbia and be like, yo, what do you got for me?
That's a good
plan B.
Good place to go. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I really don't know, man.
Yeah.
I like to say that I'm going to be done with basketball once I'm finished playing because it does take a lot toll on you. Like it's basically a job now for me. As much as I say it's fun, it is a job. So there are days where I really don't want to go to work, but you have to. It's your job. It's what you get paid for. So,
of course.
First person to give you the work could be college, pro, whatever. First person to really like kill you.
Let me see. Who was it from Michigan State? My freshman year, it was like our second game of the season. Hold on, 1 second.
You got any idea, Pete?
Wait, I'm just drawing a blank on his name. He's been playing overseas. He was in the league for a while too. Hold on. Oh, Adrian Payne.
Adrian Payne. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
He's
we
tough.
played him. I was like 18 years old, and it was my second college game ever, and I was starting. And he was a senior in a packed Michigan State crowd. Man, he dunked on our team like 4 times. It was like he was just so athletic in my eyes because I was like just coming out of high school. I didn't know what to expect, and I'd say probably him.
Did you run into a Kentucky team? Did you guys?
Yeah, the GOAT Kentucky team.
The GOAT Kentucky
Anthony
team.
Davis?
I remember seeing a picture. There was
not Anthony Davis. It was Cauley Stein, Carl Towns, Devin Booker, Tyler Ulis, the Harrison twins.
The Harrison twins, yeah. I remember seeing a picture. It was on ESPN or something like that. It was like, is the Kentucky team the greatest college basketball team of all time? And in the background, I'm like, what did they play? How did I miss that? But you made ESPN for that.
Oh, that's what I like to see. I think I was in there somewhere. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So what's that?
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, you go ahead. I got nothing.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like it's crazy because when we played against them, obviously you didn't realize that Devin Booker would be basically on his way to an NBA Finals.
That's a guy that surprised people. I mean, 6-man at Kentucky, he's a 12th, 13th pick in the draft, and now, I mean, he's undeniably a top 5 scorer in the NBA, top 20 player, and leading his team to an NBA championship. Speaking of NBA basketball, who do you got?
Oh man, I was a big Nets guy, but here's the thing. KD is just Kevin Durant. Like you can't bet against him. He's Kevin Durant.
That was an unbelievable performance the other night.
For sure. And he's capable of doing that every single night. Like he's probably one of the most consistent scorers in league history ever. But I don't know. They're so banged up right now. The Clippers just lost Kawhi, maybe.
Yeah, they're saying he might be done for the playoffs.
I don't know, bro. It's actually kind of wide open because I thought Philly was going to go through Atlanta pretty easily. And look, like Atlanta might be on their way.
That was an unbelievable choke job last night. I mean,
for sure.
26 points. It's crazy. It just proves that Embiid, big guys like Embiid, they can't, they get tired and they get ran down, especially this late in the season, especially in the playoffs, and they can't finish the job when it comes down to the fourth quarter. But I got to go with the Suns, honestly. I know that Chris Paul is a little banged up too, but I mean the way that they're playing, and the Suns in 4 guy, that's a guy that's you saw that, right?
Yeah.
In the background. That was awesome. I just watched a podcast with him today. What that guy's sparking the fire for the Suns, and I think they're bringing it up.
Hey, isn't it crazy? You get in a fight in the crowd, get popular online. Now you're in podcasts, getting signed and stuff.
Barstool's actually making shirts, and they're giving him 50% of the profits, so he'll probably make a couple grand off of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a legend.
When you were a senior, you had Patrick Tape. I don't know if it's Tape or Toppy, whatever. I don't know if I'm butchering it. How's it?
Tape.
Okay. Patrick Tape, Mike Smith, both win Highmajors. What's your whole view on guys going up, like moving up?
I think it's great, honestly. Like Mike was injured, so he had his 5th year eligibility. So why not go get a great experience at Michigan? They were basically number 2 in the country, or were they number 1 at all?
The most, for like the lighter, like towards the end of the year, yeah.
Can't beat that. That's a great opportunity. 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. So he did his thing. I'm happy for him. So, and the same with Patrick, you go to Duke. How could you beat that? It's Duke. Yeah. That's like everybody's dream school growing up. It was either like UNC or Duke. And it's like, man, playing for Coach K must have been a crazy experience too.
So how is obviously the G League and the NBA kind of go hand in hand with like playing styles? What's the difference when you're going over to countries like Germany and Russia? How is it different from the G League and the NBA?
Well, I'd say in America, the game is very athletic. Guys are extremely talented, but very like tall, athletic guys. Overseas, people are more about making the right reads, making the right plays. They're still athletic guys, but I'd say obviously not as athletic as guys coming down in the G League or in the league. So it's more relying on, using your smarts, just reading the game, you know.
Long Island guys in the G League. So you got like Justin Wright Foreman, who is now in France, but he was in the G League for a couple of years. And then you get to work with guys like Ben when he was with the Swarm. What's that like, kind of having that local atmosphere, like with guys like Ashley Kubu, who played for the Nets, and JJ Moore with the Knicks? Like, what's it like playing against those Long Island guys and seeing them in the G League with you?
Yeah, it's dope. I mean, for the most part, I think we all kind of have a mutual respect for each other. If we don't personally know each other, we know of each other. So it's been cool. Like, we got a lot of good representation, and I don't know, we're showing out pretty well in wherever we're playing. I know Justin's been doing his thing with Utah. He was on a two-way, right?
Yeah, he's in France now. He was with the Pelicans. He started the year with the Pelicans, played in their G League season, and now he's in France. But yeah, he did do his thing with Utah. He was playing really well.
For sure. So I think it's safe to say we all have that mutual respect. We're happy for each other, just doing well. Everybody wants to see Long Island guys well wherever they're at.
So if that opportunity comes back to play in the summer league or play in the G League again, or have an NBA workout, are you taking it or are you staying overseas?
I mean, right now, after being in Russia for 9 months, I'm chilling. But I mean, if I had an opportunity to play anywhere in like the league, I think I would. But I think I would stay overseas over the G League just for financial purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. Makes sense.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice playing over there. The atmosphere is great. The fans love you. The city's like all for your sport, and they treat you really well over there. So it's a cool experience. I get to see a lot of the world.
Yeah, you see guys that go over there and that still have opportunities to play and get paid in the NBA and decide. Stephon Marbury is a great example. It's just the fans over there, they fall in love with their players, is from what I've heard, when I've read about, and I see why guys like yourself decide to stay over there, decide to go back, and get have that full experience of what European basketball is like.
Yeah, because you say like Mike James, who's playing for the Nets now.
Yep.
He comes back to the Nets. He's a role player. Come in, do your thing, come out. When he was in CSKA, he was the man, averaging 20 points a game, making a fortune. So
yeah,
I mean, it's just preference.
Yeah, of course.
What's that dream country when you're over there? What's that dream country you'd ever play in?
Dream country? I mean, you gotta say Spain, right?
Yeah. Spain and Italy.
They have a couple teams on some islands, right? Like outside of Spain, and it looks beautiful. So great weather, good people, good language. That's probably the dream country.
Yeah, no complaints over there. That's for sure.
Not at all.
Russia or Germany, better food. Got to pick one.
What'd you say? Russia or Germany?
Who's got better food?
Oh, Germany for sure. I don't even know
that. I've never been there.
Yeah. I don't even know what Russian food was. They just had soup with like every meal. I don't know, like chicken, potatoes. Like Germany was fire. Bratwurst was delicious. They had like everybody drank non-alcoholic beer over there. I was like, it's kind of strange, but it was like their version of lemonade.
Okay.
In Germany.
But they were definitely
that's interesting.
in Russia.
What's up?
They were drinking alcohol in Russia. A lot of it, I assume.
I assume so. I wasn't around a lot of people out there, but from what my teammates told me, I would assume so.
Yeah. Pete, you got anything before we close up? We're running down last couple of minutes here.
No, I think we covered it all. Yeah.
All right.
So before we close up here, I mean, you just finished up a couple seasons overseas. What's the next move for you? What are you what can we expect to see from you?
The classic come home. Just been working out, just clearing my mind, getting back to like being home, leave the last season behind you, and then just on to the next season in like mid-August. The classic grind.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna be home all summer?
Yeah, usually leave around like the 15th of August, give or take a couple days. So I'm planning on then and just working out at Susa a little bit until then and doing that.
Once again, appreciate you coming on the pod, and We'll talk to you soon, my man.
For sure. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.